what do you see drones doing as far as any sort of evolutions in the solar industry over the next like 5 years?
So, I mean, 5 years is a long time. Obviously, we've just gotten out of pandemic and all that kind of stuff, and now we're
Yeah.
into a whole new administration timeframe. So, who knows? But drones are getting better, smaller, better capabilities, smaller platforms, cheaper costs, more prolific across the market as far as the country. There are more pilots every day that are getting their pilot's license, Part 107s. So, I would say in the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to see a lot more adoption in drones for solar sales and pre-installation verification. What do I mean
Okay.
by that? Like, okay, so there is right now satellite imagery and plane imagery, LiDAR, that they can use to do proposals for solar. Drones add another level to accuracy, both on the 3D measurements and time. When was the satellite image or the plane image taken versus the drones were taken now? It's a now photo. So you know that it's most up to date. So utilizing drones to give you the best placement for the solar panels for production and to avoid obstructions like vents and chimneys and issues. Okay. And to make sure that you don't have to go back and install a solar panel that you said was going to be here to somewhere else because the measurements were wrong. I also see that the long term after installation, having drones being very prolific will bring that kind of analytics down to the masses. Instead of it being a massive solar system that is the only thing being analyzed for production over time, I think that drones will bring those kind of analytics and software innovations to help the production, maximize their production over time and limit their downtime, their issues with maintenance, and be proactive about that to not just the large scale companies, but also the small scale commercial buildings and residential homeowners. I would also say they're going to be very prolific in the solar servicing industry and helping that kind of industry prove that they need an RMA or a replacement from the manufacturer because this is the part that's broken and not some other part that they may say is broken.
That makes sense. I like it. I know us, the Blue Falcon, we're doing a lot of things to help accelerate that. Talked about doing like the residential and commercial, the smaller scale things. Like right now, if I remember correctly, we have somewhere around 500 drone pilots in our existing network. So like we're trying to build out that system to essentially allow that inspection on demand, right?
Right.
These are things that we already are doing in the roofing side. We haven't done much yet with solar, but like we have had extensive conversations about this on the things that we're planning on doing. So I think there's tons of opportunity and we're trying to really make it to where individual homeowners or property managers or smaller companies or even larger companies, we have some companies that literally operate nationwide. We are fulfilling contracts right now across states all across the country.
I think this is an industry that is definitely on the forefront of expanding, and
Yeah.
it's also an opportunity for a lot of those people that have been in the solar industry that go, hey, who's taking care of this? Same thing with the electric vehicles right now. Like you have a lot of mechanics that take care of
Yeah.
your normal car. Who takes care of electric vehicle cars? I have actually heard a radio ad for a company that will take care of Lucid and Rivian and Tesla, and it's now being a thing. I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. But 5 years ago, not a thing. Same thing here. I feel like in the next couple of years, this is going to be a huge opportunity for those in the solar industry that know solar panels, electricity, and how everything is taken care of to jump on board and be part of that network of solar servicing companies. How many solar servicing companies have you ever heard of?